Okay, we're green. Mic should be working. Hopefully it's not blasting your eardrums. Let's get, actually, let me bring it a little closer so I can see how long I've been cycling. Woo! It is hot today, man. We're getting in it now. I'm like, I feel like just working out in the garage is going to help with this cut. Oh, dang. I really irritated my hip flexor on leg day. My right one. Okay. So the plan of action today is going to be 5-minute cardio warm-up, nice and easy, like a zone 2. Then I think we've got, I know we got ball cobras. It's probably ball cobra and bird dog. That's usually what I do on pull day. Then it's a back focused pull day, so start off with pull-ups. Then I've got this really cool bicep curl variation with dumbbells that I'll show you guys. Then I believe it's unilateral, so single arm dumbbell bent over rows. And I don't even remember what's after that. Is it? I think it's maybe it's hammer curls and oblique crunches or side bends. I can't remember exactly, but we'll see. You can see how I can remember the like the most important lifts of the day. So like today's back focus. So the first lift is a back exercise, and then when I do have a focus for a certain workout, I'll usually end up putting a little more volume into whatever muscle group it is. So I think there's like 6 sets of back and 5 sets of biceps, something like that. So just a little tidbit there. But yeah, man, it is hot out here. I think it's low 90s today here in North Texas. Roasty toasty. We'll just get our little cardio warm up. Okay, we got 3 minutes, so just a couple more minutes here. We'll start doing some exercises. How y'all doing out there? Hope everyone's having a good day. What even is today? Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, because I've got a group class tomorrow. So tomorrow's Tuesday. After that is Wednesday. We're all learning now, guys. Oh, man. I'm super sore from push day. Triceps, gosh, I love those dumbbell skull crushers, man. Those are so nice. Yeah, my triceps are still like, whoo. Yeah, still like a 7 out of 10, 7 or 8. And I rested yesterday too. So I've been taking a lot more extra rest days just because I mentioned, I think 2 live streams ago, that I've got a new roommate who has a lot of difficulty sleeping. So I've been waking up throughout the night trying to help him out and stuff. So, you know, it disrupts the training, but I'm in a cut. You know, this first half of this prep for my show in December, and I'm trying to be a little more chill with my frequency, especially since I'm sleep deprived right now. So I'm kind of taking a little bit more of a moderate approach. We're coming up on 5 minutes here, so we're almost done with the cardio warm up. But yeah, I'm leaning hard into auto regulation right now because of the lack of sleep, and diet is still pretty good. Hanging in there. Yesterday, I was probably still in a deficit just because I ended up having like something like 13 or 14,000 steps yesterday by the end of the day. So I went a little over my calories, but I doubt it made much of a difference. I didn't weigh this morning. Anytime I go over my calories, I don't weigh the next day, but I definitely weigh the day after, just to see if we did any damage, if we gained a little bit of weight or anything like that. So, hello. Sorry, I can't see your name. It's so small and so far away, but howdy there. Hope you're doing good. All right, I think I keep trying to look for my watch, and every time I look, it's not there. I don't know. Okay, wasps, y'all gonna come join me for my workout? Great, love that. Awesome. Okay, cardio warm-up complete. Yep, so we got a couple activation exercises. Ooh, that sounds horrible. We got a couple activation exercises. Then we'll get into our pull day. Then I'll do probably some side poses and some back poses at the end just to see. We got the good lighting today. You can see like where the actual light is starting and ending right there. So I'll stand like in between that. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it, but definitely whenever I look in my mirror over here, I'm able to, because you can see like once I get that lighting, stuff looks pretty crazy. So, all right, sit you guys over here so I can show you these activation exercises. Get the core warmed up, get the back warmed up, get all those neurological components communicating with each other. That way we can have a nice, productive pull day today. So, ball cobra and bird dog. Yep, just like I said. So, ball cobras. The ball. Let me turn just a little bit more. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, getting on these, if you need to, you could take a knee and then like lean onto it like this. I usually hit it with the squeeze and then just jump on that thing. Oh, and then hunch over the ball and then a full spinal flexion. Yeah, and this one gets the back nice and warmed up. Oh man, I'm already dripping sweat. Oh boy. Okay, that's 12. Now bird dog. Yeah, see, like I can feel the blood moving into my back muscles after that. For sure, I can feel it. So bird dog, setting up, hands and knees, got knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Then I'm going to crunch the abs, tighten the abs down. I'm kind of exaggerating it with my lats here, pulling the lats down, but I like to pull them in too, pull the lats in, tighten the core. That way you see my torso hardly moves. And I send out opposite arm and leg. We'll do 12 of these here. Ooh, almost fell over on that last one. Ooh. My leg drive was a little more powerful than my arm lifting up there. All right, so those are done. And I love, I don't know. I know there's a lot of applications and stuff for smartphone and all that for tracking, and they'll like auto-regulate for you and stuff like that. So those are great tools for sure. But for me, man, there's something about like manually writing down my reps and sets and like how stuff felt. There's something about it. I used to work in healthcare. I was a lab scientist. And like when I would be like setting up analyzers and stuff, and I would make like my own checklist. And then as I like put stuff on and get stuff ready, I'll go through and like cross it out, put checks, like, okay, that's done, that's done. I don't know. It gives an extra sense of accomplishment. Because like as you're finishing your workout, you're checking it off. You're like, yep, here's my performance. Here's how hard it was. Yeah, I don't know. I just like that tangible. Plus, I'm sure you can like print reports and stuff from the applications. But I have this is my third, 100+ page logbook that I've been manually writing, even when, back in like 2023, 2024, when I was doing endurance running. Same thing. I would write down I would schedule all my runs for the week, write down my performance, how it felt. If I'm going to do like a similar run the next week, I'll put next time, do this, or, more salt, more sugar, whatever it is. So I love it. I love having a manual logbook, but I get that it's kind of inconvenient. You got to lug that thing around. And I was going to say it uses, physical material, but I think we can all see that all of our electronics are also having a pretty big impact on physical material, with data centers and all that stuff. But all right, let's strap in here. Let's do some scapular pull-ups just to warm up here. So I'm just pulling my scaps down and protracting. Retracting, protracting. Retracting, protracting. Just like that. All right, like 12 of those. Let all the GTOs, Golgi tendon organs, and all my nerves and stuff get acclimated, get ready for me to start pulling my body weight up. Oh, man. Okay, let's get this air on me. So whenever I do pull-ups, if I had a lat pull-down machine, I would probably use that to warm up. Do like 40 or 50 pounds for a few, do 70 or 80 pounds for a few, and then move over and start doing pull-ups. This is probably a good spot for me. Okay. So after I do those scap pull-ups, I'll rest for a minute or so. Then I'll do, 3 or 4 full pull-ups, rest for a minute or so. Then I'll go into the working set. Now you don't have to do that. You can just go straight into the working set if you want. But, all of the associated tissue that's going to be needed to do this movement, for me now in my physiology, it's all warmed up. It's somewhat acclimated to the tension that I'm delivering to it. So it's going to be more prepared. There's, some of that cellular signaling that occurs from metabolite accumulation when you have those big muscle contractions and stuff like that. All of these things are going to start preparing all of those muscles to get ready for a beating, which is what we're about to deliver to them. So let's do our potentiation set now. Potentiation set is a set at the working weight. So using whatever your working load is going to be. In this case, it's my body weight minus whatever resistance this band is giving. And I'm doing the full exercise. So I'll be doing pull-ups just like I'm going to do them during my working sets. So let's get those done. Ooh. I got my Versa grips to take my forearms out of the equation, since we're also doing a bunch of bicep exercises today and another back exercise. So nice and slow, nice and smooth. Slow on the way down, that is. On the way up, nice and explosive. Yep, now it's potentiation. So then I wait another minute or so, and then we'll be ready. Let me see. I think we did 13, 11. Okay, no, we did 11, 9, 7 last time. So I'm going to try. How should I do it? Should I try to go 11, 9, 8, gain a rep on the third set? Or should I try to start while I'm fresh, do 12, 9, 7? Oh, decisions, decisions. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, maybe we'll go for 12, 10, 8. If I get that, I'm going to be pretty happy about that. Man, I really wish I could play music. I've got some absolute bangers that I've found, but YouTube is probably going to drop the hammer on me if I start playing copyrighted music in here. And like, shut that guy down. He's playing someone's sound. Which I can understand if you're like, I don't know, like if you're pretending it's your music, but I'm like, I'm just enjoying this music, you know? Why would you hit me with a copyright claim for that? It's crazy. Man, finally got some sleep last night. Woo! A crisp 8 or so hours. You just can't beat that, especially when you're like a week into sleep deprivation. You get that first night's sleep. Oh man. And that's why we're shooting for 12 here on this set. Let's see. First set. See if we can get 12 reps. Oh, okay. And for grip on this, I'm going just outside shoulder width. Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Find a good comfortable grip for you. Don't worry about what you've seen online and stuff. Find a good grip that works for you, that feels good, that's connecting well, that's giving you good pumps. You're Gucci. Okay. Yes. 12 reps, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Woo. Oh, boy. Okay, let's write it down. 12. Oh, my gosh. I've written down my programming for next week. I keep trying to write today's results on it like a little scoundrel. Good to hear that Ryland's doing fine. Fantastic. What's this? Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I could ask permission for some music, but I just never thought of that, to be fair. I guess that is a thing. I guess I need to think about who I really like then. Honestly, I've been really digging Derek Pope. I don't know how I could reach out to him. I know he's a pretty big artist, but I guess I could at the very least ask. In between sets, time to sip some Celsius, take some breaths, recover. Trying to bring that heart rate down. Shuttle those metabolites out. Shuttle that glucose in. Liberate that glycogen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Get the sugar going for the liftings. This lift is powered by Dave's Killer Bread. Not a sponsor, but that's the carbs I had before this workout. So that's what's fueling me right now. Man, I'm curious to see how hot this summer gets. Last year was weird, man. We only had a couple weeks where it was like 100 plus. I have a feeling, we've already seen this spring, any of my fellow Texas gardeners out there, dude, this spring has been super, well, not super abnormal, but fairly abnormal. We had like a few 3 or 4 days sections in like early spring, like February, March, where it was like 90 degrees. So I had, well, actually, no. All of my mustard and kale got decimated by cabbage moths, but some of my other stuff started trying to like bolt, or even my, I got melons, but it was the opposite issue with the melons. Is it started getting warm, and so all my melons, I seeded them and they sprouted, they germinated, had my little seedlings, but then dropped down to like 60 degrees. So they like paused for nearly a month, man. They were stunted. So they're finally starting to grow out now. So I'm hoping we can get some melons this season. I still have never successfully grown melons as a at-home gardener. So that'd be pretty sick. And melons are great fuel. Great pre-workout too. I'm trying to remember, there was a article I saw on nutritionfacts.org the other day, posted it on Facebook, about a study they did using watermelon as I think it was like pre-workout watermelon, and then it was decreasing the length of DOMS, so like how it's delayed onset muscle soreness. So like watermelon was making people get less sore for workouts. I think that's pretty cool. So I'll probably put some melon in. Okay, let's go for 10 here. Got 10, but at what cost? Whew. got to breathe better this time. I started getting, it might be allergies too, but I started getting that little bit of tightness. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, especially when heart rate gets up there in the 150s, 160s, 170s. Just feels like your lungs are like, hey man, I could use a little more oxygen, a little more please. Okay, that's better. Keep forgetting to do those like recovery breaths. I don't know if you guys know about that. After you finish a set, especially resistance training, I like to do 2 or 3 quote unquote like recovery breaths. It's a strategy you can use to fill all your alveolar sacs. That's those little sacs that do gas exchange in the lungs to get oxygen into your red blood cells. So what you do is inhale through your nose until it feels like you can't inhale anymore, and then force a little bit in. So it's kind of like, you let it out slow like that. And I wear a heart rate monitor when I lift, and if I watch it when I do that, like I'll do my set, it'll peak up on the graph, and then if I do that recovery breaths, it'll like drop down super fast. Sometimes it'll go up a little bit after that, but you can see it makes a huge difference in like speed of recovering between sets. So that's a tool I like to use, especially if I have a client that, you know, maybe their cardio is not that great. Maybe it's something we're still working on, you know. I can ask them to do those recovery breaths, and it'll make it to where they don't have to wait so long in between sets. They can get back into the lifting a little bit quicker. Yeah, man. We out here living life, dude. The world is crazy, but got to try to cut out a little segment for you. Do the things that make you happy. Try to chase a goal that you think is worth chasing. Treat your family and friends the way that they should be treated, the way that you want to treat them. We can be out here living the good life, folks. It's not easy, but I think it's worth it, 100%. Have to make some sacrifices sometimes to help the people around you. And when you do that too, man, when you're willing to sacrifice to help your family and your friends, to an extent, of course, you shouldn't lay yourself bare for people who don't care, but, you know, putting some of the past things behind for a better future, it's not an easy lesson to learn, but I think it's 100% worth it. All right, enough yapping. Time for the third set of pull-ups. Going for 8 here. And that'll be a huge win. We'll just have to keep this momentum going the rest of the workout here, because that's 1 rep up from last time on both sets, 1 and 2. So we'll see. I got 7 last time. Let's go for 8 right here. Start breathing and every time I exhale, I'm crunching my core down, tightening my core, getting ready for this set. All right, cinched in, tight core, let loose. Take a little bit of a hollow here. Okay. Recovery breaths. And don't be afraid to let your stomach poke out when you're breathing, guys. Everyone's so obsessed with being lean and skinny and not having having zero gut. You know what I mean? That's just stupid, guys. Your diaphragm's like here. So if you're inhaling, it should be expanding right here. If you're inhaling through your chest, you're just not getting as good of a breath. It'll work, don't get me wrong. You can do just fine. There's probably people who become elite athletes breathing suboptimally. So it's not like a miracle fix or anything like that, but dude, don't be afraid to breathe correctly and have your stomach poke out a little bit, guys. Anyone who's willing to judge you for that can kick rocks, man. Who cares what they think? Because if you're the type of person to judge someone for sticking their stomach out while they're breathing, you got problems, man. You need to seek help. Mental help, that is. All right, that's it for pull-ups, ladies and gentlemen. Now, on to this awesome dumbbell curl exercise. I love this, man. Hold on, I'll get back in frame here in a sec. Let me move this bench. Give myself a little place to put my dumbbells down. Okay, so is this what I want? I don't know. Maybe this is better. This, yeah, I think this is probably better. Okay. Yeah, it should be good enough. All right. So this is, what's my weight here? Working with 15-pound dumbbells. First set was 16 reps, and I'll show you guys this nifty little exercise. It will absolutely light your biceps up, so definitely give this one a try, guys. Get my little clickety-clack. Oh, I'm going to have to put some chalk on. I love these dumbbells, but dude, sometimes the knurling, especially if your hands are like kind of dry, I don't know, it just feels really smooth, like it's going to slip out of my hands. But here is the exercise. So 1 supinating and 3 supinated curls. So that's what this looks like right here, okay? So 1 supinating, so I'm supinating the wrists, 1, and then 3 regular supinated curls. It's already supinated, so now 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if I was, this is a warm-up, but if I was to keep going, then I would do another supinating and then 3 more supinated. But I'm just warming up, so set those down. Ooh-wee! I do love the summer, man, because getting a crazy sweat while you're working out, like, it doesn't necessarily confer an advantage unless whatever sport or endeavor you're training for is going to be in the heat, then you really need to train in the heat if you want to be acclimated to it. But it just feels like I work so much harder when I'm, drenched in sweat at the end of a workout. So it's part of the reason I like lifting outside or in the summer in general, because honestly, lifting in the winter outside is just brutal, man. The bar is like freezing cold and your hands get all cold and stuff. It makes your joints hurt. But then, you're not roasting to death, drenched in sweat, having your aftershave drip into your mouth. So yummy. Yummy! All right, so I did 16 last time. I want the same thing this time. Dang, I really want to do... We'll do it right here. Or maybe All right, you guys can watch me from the side because I want to be able to see, make sure I'm not. I'm always afraid that I got, when I'm doing supinated curls, I'm always afraid I got one arm out more than the other. So I really like to watch this exercise, like as I'm doing it. So I'm going to do them sideways. I've already explained the exercise, but hopefully you guys can still understand it from a side angle too. You'll be able to at least see one arm doing it. Okay, so like I said, 16 reps here. What's YouTube telling me? Yaman, Lindsay, yeah, I heard you yesterday, man. Or the day before. See, I don't even know what day is what. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the subscription, man. You guys hop in. You guys will get to see. I'm like maybe 18 to 20% body fat right now. You guys are going to see me drop down to 5 or 6 over the next 5 to 6 months. It's going to get pretty crazy. So, all right. 16 reps here. Okay. So one supinating. One. Okay. Woo! That's 17. Guys, I'm so happy. Well, I'm not happy with that, but I am so happy with my performance today. I think that's the first drop I've had so far. Oh yeah, these are fragile, dude. Oh, Nuabel, such a very nice piece of equipment, but so fragile. Okay, 17. Perfect. So looking at 15 for the second set. But hell yeah, I'm very happy about that performance. Hey, dude. All these kids on these electric scooters, man, so cool. I wish I was a little scooterman back in the day. We mostly walked everywhere. Actually, I feel like we had bikes, but we always the tire would go flat and then we would just never fix it and then we'd start walking everywhere and we'd forget about it for like a year. Okay, we got to get moving a little quicker in these, I think. So I've already been on for 40 minutes here. I feel like it hasn't been that long, but I suppose it has. Okay. Second set, 15 reps. Let's do it. Frame here. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Set them down so they don't fall this time. Oh man. 15. 15. Dude, and I gotta do dumbbell rows after this. Oh. Wow. Good thing I'm nice and hydrated. Getting a pretty crazy pump in the biceps right now. Let's see. Oh. Side lighting's not bad. Top down is always the best though. It can make you look, 5% less body fat. Pretty cool. You see all the little fine details and everything. 15, so now we're looking at 13. That'll be back-to-back PRs for this training block, which is pretty nuts considering all of the variables that have gone into it so far. How's the mic too? Let me know how this mic sounds. When I was listening back yesterday, I was like, dang, it sounds really like, I don't know, almost like I'm underwater or something. It sounded a little funky. Funky. Dang, I've almost got side boob. Look at that. The pectorials have grown larger. All right, 13. Let's do it, man. Hit some short rests. We need to get this thing done, man, before I run out of steam here. Okay. That's one. You gets. Oh yeah. Feels like I got flashbanged. Oh. Bro, it's weird too. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but I get like, of course, aside from deadlifts or like squats, I get crazy high heart rates doing like standing bicep curls. I don't know what it is, but like it'll jump into like the 170s from bicep curls. It's the same thing with overhead pressing, actually. I found that overhead pressing also just sends my heart rate into the freaking stratosphere. All right, 13. Beautiful. And we'll say that was 1 to 2 reps in reserve as well. Okay. Now we're looking at dumbbell unilateral rows. Let's see how this goes. All right. Do I want to use the bench? Yeah, let's use the bench. think it's something like this. Yep. Well, looks good. All right. So, guess we can, let's see. I mean, it is a back exercise. I guess let's lift up a little bit, and this would be good too. I can watch the footage because, man, which side is it? It's my left side. Yeah, my left side, I never feel balanced. Maybe one of you guys knows something, I don't know, and you can ID it for me. Leave a little message there or a comment in the chat. If you can think of something that might help with that, because yeah, man, it's like I have to get a different stance every time to feel stable in it. Really strange. Okay, 45 pounds. First set's 14 reps. 14, 12, 10. What did I say? 45 pounds? Yes. Okay. I might have to go inside and get some more freaking hydration. I'm gonna do, I was gonna say I'm gonna do a crime. I guess some might consider it a crime. I'm gonna probably get a Coke Zero and bring that out here for my second fluids there. Aside from that, because my Celsius is just about gone, and I'm sweating profusely. So I want to make sure I can replenish that stuff. Okay, let's do a little potentiation. Back is already warm from the pull-ups. Arms are plenty warm from the curls, so we're just going to strap in here, get a good stance. Let's hit 4 each arm to potentiate. That feels pretty good. See, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Throw a chat down if you guys see something like, you're like, bro, it's because your flux capacitor is denoting the wrong substrate across the Ethernet port, you know, some troubleshooting advice or something, and then I'll be like, oh, dude, why didn't I think of that? And then I'll bypass the mainframe and fix it, you know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about. Y'all know. This is routine stuff. Oh, man. So what's everyone's favorite artist right now? What's some good music, man? What's some good music to lift to? What do you guys usually lift to? Like I said before, I'm a freak for Derek Pope right now. Damn, you know what? Actually, because I feel like I'm feeling a little sluggish. It's time to pop in the earbuds. Ooh, I hope these don't interfere. I don't think it'll pick up the mic from my earbuds. I hope it won't. And I'm almost certain it won't play music for the live stream. But I'm not totally certain, so we'll see. 14 reps. Yeah, let me go get that sody pop. I'll be right back, folks. fluids. Okay. And we're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Palace of Pain. Up next, we've got some dumbbell unilateral rows with 45 pounds. We're going to play some jams here. It's going to pause the stream, but don't be afraid. There we go. All right, we're back. Let's see. Okay. 14. Checked out of my mom's hotel. Yeah, I've been here. Yeah, dude, Derek Pope is a vibe, bro. So good. Yeah, so you'll notice I'm taking a break. This is a unilateral set, so it's one arm at a time. And I'm taking a break because if I were to go straight into that left arm, dude, I'm already gassed, you know? Go straight into that left arm, and then I'll be fighting for my life for the last few reps. Probably won't get as good of a stimulus on that left side. So when you do unilateral movements like this, it does behoove you to take a minute or so in between to catch your breath, let your nervous system relax a little bit before you get into the next one. One more recovery breath. Kick that music back on. Let's go. Oh my. Okay. 14. We got it. And then it's 12 and 10 for the second and third set. Oh man, dude, I don't know what I did to my hip flexor. I'm gonna have to actually do probably today and tomorrow. I'm gonna have to do some stretching, probably some smashing, maybe a little flossing. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Fortnite flossing. No, no, no. What is that? How does that one go? It's like something funky like that, right? No, I'm not doing that. I'm talking about using a band like the ones I was using for the pull-ups. I'll attach it to the upright of the rack, put it around, like I'll put my leg through it, and then have it extending out from my hip crease. Then what you do is the leg that it's on, I'll step back with it, like stepping back into a lunge. That way the tension is pulling my femur this way, but I'm trying to stay upright. And so what it does is it opens up that hip capsule, stretches out the hip flexors. And technically that's called a distraction, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a banded distraction. Basically, it's using something other than my musculature to open up a joint space, basically. So I'll probably have to hit some of those because yeah, it's feeling tender, very tender. I'm getting a little clicking. Guys, don't break your hip, okay? That's my that's my number one recommendation. When you're in high school and you're doing powerlifting, if it hurts real bad when you're squatting, don't just keep on squatting and then fracture your hip, tear your growth plate, and do all that. Don't do that. It's gonna cause you problems later in life. So, that's like my tip of the day, I guess. Okay, 12 reps. Get some sips in between sets. Stay hydrated. Oh man. Yep, we'll do these. We got 2 more sets here. Got a couple supersets we'll do. Then I'll hit a couple poses in the glorious sunlight and see how we're looking. Okay. Hit that music. All right. Oh my. That's goofy. Oh my. Oh dear. That's dreadful. Oh. Please, coach, don't make me do more, please. No more of those. They're awful. Yeah, we're doing more. Just take a few breaths. Okay. All right, 12 reps. Oh, this song's a classic. Da, da. I'm on the outside. I'm looking in. Damn, dude. That shit takes me back, bro. Stained? The band Stained, bro? Outside? Come on, dog. That's like, yeah, that's like, I'm in 7th grade, man, and shit's hitting hard, you know what I'm saying? So cool. I'm getting that mid-workout euphoria, dude. I love that. You start nailing out some good sets, got a pump going, feeling big, dude. Just feel like you're on top of the world. So awesome. That's why we do it, folks. Find something to keep you alive. Find something to keep pushing for. Whether it's fitness, your kids, your grandkids, social justice, whatever it may be, man. Let it keep you alive. Let it keep you helping people. All right, let's crush this third set. No waiting around here. Let's get into it. I've been out here for over an hour already. It's time to get this done. See to the real you.
I'd say that's 2 to 3 RIR probably. I could have struggled out 2 or 3 more reps on those, I'd say. Okay. Okay, hammer curls, oblique bends. Oh dear. I might just do these hammer curls in the sun and count that as my posing. Ooh, because I am smiggity smoked. Maybe I'll do my posing practice in the morning or something. I don't know. It's crazy, guys, because I'm at a point right now where it would benefit me to like not do any of the fun stuff like playing video games or watching YouTube videos, or I mean a lot of stuff I watch is educational, but my time is stretched out so much that I'm like I could probably do posing practice in the evening, but you know, I'm not here to torture myself, you know what I'm saying? Shit, well, we got 20 pounds for hammer curls, 35 pounds for the bends. Maybe we'll do, ooh, what if we do single arm? Nah, let's just do all the curls and then all the bends. That's what we'll do. That's what. Yes. That's what we'll do. All right, let's drop the camera, drop it down here. Howdy, folks. Let's do some hammer curls. Stop. Hammer curls. No. Get 20 pounds, I believe. 20 pounds. Yeah. That's right. Hey, potentiation. We're in frame. Oh. Oh, those feel quite difficult, actually. Let's see how we fare on these. Let's scoot back so I'm not cramped over here. So we got 12-10 on those hammer curls last time. So I'm going to say let's try to match because we've already hit PRs on one back exercise, one bicep exercise. I think what I might do is next time I do this exact workout, I'll try to keep those gains I made on those first 2 exercises and then improve these last 2 exercises. I think that's going to be my strategy here. Sorry about the sniffling there. It's not even mucus. It's freaking sweat. I'm dripping over here. I'm melting away. Delish. Controversy. Mid-workout. Coke Zero. Uh-oh. The aspartame's going to kill me. Give me brain cancer. Uh-oh. Watch out. Okay. Aspartame's healthy. You would have to, well, sorry, it's not healthy. It's just not as dangerous as people think it is or claim it is. You would have to drink like a normal-sized bathtub full of Diet Dr. Pepper to have issues with aspartame. And honestly, if you're drinking that much fluid, you're going to have electrolyte issues before you start having aspartame issues and actually caffeine issues, because that many Diet Dr. Peppers would be like, oh man, it'd be like 3 grams of caffeine or something like that. Something stupid. Okay. Here we go. 12 reps, guys. Here we go. Oh, wait, let me get my mujiks. Oh man. Uh-oh. Guys, that's like 0 to 1 RIR. I might have been able to squeeze out a rep there. Oh. Oh my. Oh. Oh man, I've got such a full pump right now that it's like, it almost feels a little weird. We're gonna rep out those side bends. I need to come up with some different oblique exercises. I mean, I like the side bends, but the oblique crunches are starting to get a little bit stale. I mean, they'll absolutely nuke the obliques, but they nuke my spirit too, you know what I mean? Oh. I wonder if I'll get copyright claimed if I sing the music. I can just sing to you guys. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. Yeah, we're going inside after this. I'm not doing any posing, folks. Sorry. I don't have too much of a crowd right now anyway, do I? No. Got a couple homies watching. What's up, y'all? What's up? I know it's kind of a bad time to be live streaming, but I'm doing it when I can, you know. I want to document the prep, but I do not have time to do like I did last year where I'm making like intros and editing, doing voiceovers. Live streams are going to be much more conducive to my workload right now. So I'll be doing live streams. I am working on some like actual legitimate videos, but they're more geared towards my personal training business. So it's not quite part of the prep series, you know. So, all right. Last set here on biceps. Let's go. 10 reps here. Nope. Dang. 7. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think I'm done. Well, let's knock out the side bends real fast. They're not that hard. They're not that bad. I'm all sweaty and tired, and I have a lot of neurological friction right now telling me to stop. And I will, just not that early. Okay, 15 and 13. Okay. Feet together. First thing I'm going to do is crunch down this oblique so that I can feel that it's tense, right? Feel the tension, go. And what I'm doing is I'm not leaning my spine over. I'm pushing my hip out, stretching that oblique, and then coming back to midline. Stretching out, Back to midline, a little past midline. I have to crunch it at the end. See, that's not that bad. I definitely feel it though in my obliques. Okay. Tension, tension, tension. Stretch. Okay, 15. See, I was going to skip that, and that was not bad at all. And I'll only rest 30, 45 seconds to do the second set. So if you feel like quitting, double think it. You might be able to at least do a little bit more. And then, you'll be like, you know what? I didn't quit, and that's good. That's all you need, guys. Ah! Will you flies leave me alone? I know. I'm fragrant. I understand. But you guys, you can't live on me, okay? I've already got enough little homies. Little puppy dogs. I don't need no fly homies. Plus, it'd be so sad to have flies as friends, dude. They would die so quick. You'd be devastated. Like every other day would be a tragedy. Last set, and then I'll hit a couple poses. We'll just see how things are looking. I love this mic, man. This thing is sick, bro. Hopefully it's not like janking it. I think this little fuzzy thing should help with like the wind and stuff, though. I'm not like an audio guru or anything like that, so. Okay, let's do that. Last set of obliques here. Get him in. Tense. Crunch down and ooh. Good. Ooh. 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 Oh. Okay, very nice. All right, let's rack this and let's go in the light. See how we're looking, guys. What an effort. My goodness. Whew. That was serious business, man. Glad I got it in, though. I was about to say I've been missing a bunch of training, but not really. Yes. I could have done it, but my performance would have been garbage, you know. I would have probably not got very much out of it, not recovered very well, and then I would really feel like I'm behind. Like if my performance is just going down, then I would probably, you know, increase my risk of injury. Maybe I have to deload sooner. So it's better to just play it a little slower when you're in a sensitive time where you've got, you know, a lot of like other obligations going on. It's better to just auto-regulate, take it a little easier, but when you can, get out and train hard, and do what you need to do to keep that mass on. I saw, I think it was either Lane Norton or what's his name, Henselman, or I can't remember his name, but there was a study looking at like how much volume is needed just to maintain muscle mass, and it's crazy. I mean, it's like one hard session per week or something like that. It was nuts. It's like you really don't need a lot. Okay, let's roll up a little bit here. Side tricep. Actually, let's get side bicep here. Oh. Okay. All right, I'm smoked. It's time to go inside. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. For all you who tuned in, and anyone watching it back, I appreciate your time and your attention. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll be back for my next session probably a day or two from now. I'm going to see if I can live stream or maybe just record a little bit from my group classes. That way I can show you guys kind of what I'm working with there. But we'll see. All right, I'm out, guys. Hope y'all have a good day. See you later.